What up, people? Prince Fuad here. Ain't going anywhere. I got the champ in the house, aka Joe Cadena, the Welsh Wizard, the champ. How you doing, champ?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm just chilling at the minute.
And I got Thayer, aka Baghdad's finest, the actor, the number one in Wales,
Chippy.
Thayer Thea.
Chippy.
Yeah, so yeah, so how's your hand going, Joe? How you been, bro?
Yeah, bro. Don't get me wrong. When I first done it, I was in a bit of a bad place for maybe a week or two. But I've come out of that now, and yeah, everything's as I put it. Everything happened for a reason, so I just had to look at it that way. So yeah, but my hand healing up nice. You can see the nice little scar there.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm healing. I just obviously I can't punch on it yet, so I'm just doing bits with my left hand.
Like in this show, like we do talk a lot about boxing. Like I have a few people from like my friend from London was meant to come on today, but he's busy with his wife and he's on a motorway. I have Vandy, I think he's gonna come on in a bit. And we just want to we really want to know what's it like coming from like a view from an actual champion. Like what's it like preparing the last weeks, preparing and like because obviously we're not in a game to do that, so you give us a better understanding of it.
To be honest, bro, it's fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's graft, especially the last couple of weeks, because obviously you're making weight and you're thinking about food. You're thinking about what's happening back home. Because I was training away. Then you're thinking about the fight. Then obviously you're thinking about injuries, this, that. There's loads of things going through your head. And when you're making weight, everything as Faya knows and yourself in Ramadan. Things get when you're hungry, things amplify. So it's 10 times worse. As the starter camp, it's not as bad, but everything is amplified. And them last couple of weeks are hard physically and mentally. So yeah, it is graft. I'm not gonna lie.
So what's happening, Coach Faya? How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, bro. Alhamdulillah, thanks.
Yeah, so like obviously you've known Joey for a while. You've been there since his amateur days and all that. So what's it like with you? Like when you work when you do the pros and the amateurs and all that? What's the level difference when you take on the pros and take on the amateurs? Is it like?
Yeah, it all is your thinking process, isn't it? Like everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you, brother. Like majority of the people can fight. Everyone can fight. Everyone can punch. But then when there's rules and you can only use your hands. And then you got to hit and move and not get hit, and then think. There's levels. It's the thinking process, brother. It's like anything. It's like sport, football. You think 2-3 passes ahead. Do you understand me, bro? So when I train different people, you got some people who want to train to be fit. You got some people who want to train, to lose weight, whatever. But to answer your question, with the levels for art is what you know. It all starts with the knowledge in your brain, and experience plays a big key. How experienced you are and your knowledge of it and how to it's like it's not even a fraction of a second, but I'd say milliseconds. And Joey will think it's fair for me to say that. I'm on about milliseconds where he'll do things which I can't teach anyone. You can only teach someone to do. Basically, what I say to people is, you can only teach people basics. You can't teach them anymore because you know that anymore, they have to gain when they're fighting. You can't teach that because I can't tell you what's exactly going to happen to the fight. I can tell you how to throw a punch. I'll tell you when to move. I'll tell you which way to go, how to clinch. I'll show you a couple of little tricks. But I can't tell you if the guy's going to flick, step to the side, fake again, and what you got to do then, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
do you understand what I'm saying for us?
Yeah.
So that comes with ring experience, ring craft, and basically doing what Joey done is full apprenticeship. Like I'm a young amateur, then he was on the podium. In a development squad with the GB, then he was on the podium, then the Olympics. So he done it all. Yeah, do you get me? Novice, foundation, intermediate. He done it all. So look, you can see how much he's gained with experience.
Yeah.
So, you do things. If I'm in the gym with Joey, I'll do something. If I'm training someone on the pads, and I'll ring Joey and say, "Listen, I was doing this. What shot do I throw?" And then Joey will tell me. Simple answer, but it's effective. You're already on the inside. Don't come up with your head.
Yeah,
you're on the inside and you throw a left body shot. Do I step back and come with a backhand? You're not. You're on the inside. You're coming up, hit him with a right hook, and then follow up to cut his shot out. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro? That's why they call it the sweet science. Once you get into it, bro, it's levels and levels, and it just goes.
Levels above,
on.
yeah.
It's all about proving yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now Joey's proved himself. He's world champion. So what happens now is he's world champion. Now he proves more levels because you really fight what's in front of you. Do you understand what I'm on about? So now,
Yeah.
show that he's world level. Now you can only do things on your opponent's ability. Does that make sense? You're only as good as your last fight. So to see how good Joey was, look, he's boxed every style. He's boxed the majority of, like, obviously from like a small weight up to super feather lightweight. He's boxed every style, nationality, speed, southpaw, orthodox. People who don't even know what they're doing. Like if you ask them, are you southpaw or orthodox? They say, I don't know. For example, where they're so good, they just switch with everything. So he's boxed every style. Don't forget, at every speed. This is very crucial. What I say to people, they say, what do you mean every speed? I said, boys, amateurs is scoring. So you're in and out, So Joey's one move, it's constant, bro. You're ticking over, boom. Do you see what I'm saying? And then making a transition to the pro game, that's very crucial as well, because unfortunately, some amateurs, they can't really make the transition into a pro. You can still see their amateur skills as a pro, which later on will affect them. But that's like obviously for another subject. But the point I'm making is, with the levels, bro, it comes with experience, how long you've been in the ring. And basically, if you can take a punch, it's all good giving it. Can you take it? Can you give it? Can you take it as well at the same time? Do you understand what I'm on about, bro? We can all look good. I look $1 million. I can make someone look British level on the pads. Do you understand what I mean? But once you stick him in the ring, it all crumbles. Because when you got to worry about what's coming in, it's all good when you're spar, when you're shadow boxing. It's just going out. Now, when you got to focus on what's coming in as well, it's a totally different story, bro.
Joe, Joey, obviously I've seen you box and I've seen you like knock that guy out in front of everyone in Cardiff. That was one of the best nights I've ever in Cardiff of boxing. We were all there, and you just rocked it like you've made people proud. Like, to be honest with you, like me and Vandy was at the fight, and all the boys we went back on the bay and all that. We just all around the back of the string, and bro, we went home I go to bed at 10 o'clock, bro. I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. Celebrating with the boys from the corner, just talking about it. That knockout was just something else. But I was gonna ask you, Joe. Do you know, before the fight?
Yeah.
When I spoke to you, you didn't look nervous at all. So what's going through your mind? Because I spoke to you now before the fight, didn't I? Like when I on the phone to you.
So, bruv, do you know, like people say to me, "Are you nervous?" And like, yeah, I get butterflies, but nerves is completely different. It's different. So when people say, "Do I have nerves?" No, I don't have nerves. I have butterflies. I'm one of. Do you know, like, say for instance, you're away somewhere. Someone says, "I got you a lovely surprise," and you can't wait to get home because you wanna see what it is. And you're saying, "Tell me." Nah. Wait until you get home. It's that. Do you know that little feeling you have? That's what I have.
Yeah.
I can feel the butterflies here, but it's not nerves. I've had nerves, and I was in the Olympics, and it was more so because towards my end of my amateur career, I didn't really get nervous. I was just like, oh, fucking another fight. I'll probably fight 4 or 5 times in this week, whatever. So I wasn't really getting nervous. I was just using it. I was like a spar. I was going in, and I was beating towards the end of my amateur career. I was like one of the best in the world. Do you understand? At my weight, so it was like using it as spars and stuff like that. It was only when you would only get a little bit of them nerves when you're fighting like in the top 10 in the world, like the top fellas. But before that fight, nah. Gemma Price, she works at a board and she works in Lanramy boxing gym, and she went, "Joe," she said, "like, you didn't even look nervous." I said, "Well, I wasn't nervous. I had butterflies and I was anxious to get in there. I wanted to get in. Don't get me wrong, things are going through my head. How am I trying to play it? So if I'm not like, I don't look, if I'm looking, how can I say, maybe I'm zoomed in and people are thinking, oh, is he nervous? No, I'm not nervous. I'm just trying to picture what's going to happen. So yeah, like I've done this over and over again. My debut, saying people was going, you'd be shitting yourself. No, I wasn't. It was probably the most excited I've been in a going into a ring, my debut. I loved it, every minute of it. And then this have just followed on. And from me winning the world title, not getting nerves, getting my butterflies, looking forward to getting in there. It's amazing. And I've, over the years, I had 180 amateur fights. Over the years, I managed to deal with the nerves. And like I said, towards the end of my amateur career, I didn't stop getting nervous. And it was only when I went to the Olympics, it was like the 4 years, or however long I was on the GB, which was 7.5 years, was just all of that combined into one moment. So it felt like the world was on top of me, and I was thinking, if I don't do anything now, it's them 7.5 years are wasted. So that's, I think, why I was getting so nervous, and it was the most nervous I've ever been. Now after that, it's just a walk in the park for me, really.
I was gonna get Vandy. Vandy, what's happening, bro? Vandy, is he frozen? Is he
Sleeping.
Yo, Vandy, can you hear me, Vand? Yo, Vandy, you're on mute. You're on mute, bro. Vandy, Vandy. Oh, you can't hear me, bro.
We can't hear you.
You gotta. I'll tell him no. I'll put in a private chat. Yes. So, Joey, after that night, then, innit, did you have like a proper meal, or did you
Can you
just
hear me?
stick to your diet?
Yeah, now we can.
I can hear you now, bro.
No, I'm off now. I should be off.
Vandy, can you hear me, bro?
No?
You're on mute. Can you hear me
I'm
now?
off mute now, bro.
Oh, all right, yo, I was going to say to you, do you want to ask, how you been, bro? I was going to say, if you want to ask Joey a question or anything.
Be off mute now, no?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. We can hear you. It's just your internet signal's rubbish. Use your own Wi-Fi, bro. That's what happens, bro, when it comes to going from work. That's why I don't go live and work, you know. They always cut the internet off.
Yeah.
So you got to use your own. Yeah, so Joey, when you first started, I know obviously you used to play rugby and football before, innit?
Yeah, I was playing football. My first one was football. Then I went to rugby. I was playing them. Obviously, I'm young. I was young at the time, so I was playing them at a decent level. I could play Cardiff schools, East Wales district, all the way up to schools, and then to Blues. Before I got to Blues, I started boxing, and I needed to put on weight for rugby and lose weight for the boxing, and it was just I was burning candles at both ends. It just wasn't happening. So, then obviously as well, I packed in the football because there's a lot of politics in certain things, and if I would have packed and concentrated on one from the start, whichever one it would have been, I would have succeeded and I would have been a professional at whatever it was. But I decided to go with boxing. I was enjoying the boxing. Not only that, when you're a kid, you don't really think of what can come of it. You just thought, I'm boxing. I like to have a little straightener, which I did on a rugby pitch. But also, it's a little bit of clout in your school and whatever else. Yeah, I'm a boxer, this, that. You win a Welsh title. Yeah, he's Welsh champion. And then it goes from that to getting onto the GB scene. And then never looking back. You understand? So, yeah, I played them sports beforehand. And I think I could have done, like I said, gone professional in any single one of them sports. But the most enjoyable is the one that you're on your own and you know all the hard work you've put in is on your own, everything. And it's more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's more of a...
like a satisfaction, isn't it?
Satisfaction was once you had your hand raised. There's no other feeling like it.
Yeah, 100%. I was going to say just now to some of the people in the chat are saying one of the best nights, 100%, because when I said that, Nora Dean says, hometown, all men there, close ones, local Gene, love it. We are proud of you, Joe. He's calling you a genius.
How do I get that up?
What's that?
Oh, I got the chat now.
I can see it. Can we reply to it, Fuad?
No.
Yeah, just verbally. Yeah, verbally. You can.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can reply. This guy asks you, Joe, what's your number for rugby? Was it a number 3?
From half or 9, man.
It's a number 9. He ain't slow as you, bro. This guy swears he's from London. From these people from London. I was gonna, I was gonna say to you, we heard in your amateurs, do you actually beat Josh Taylor? Is that true?
Yeah, I boxed him twice.
And you beat him twice.
No, we were basically the one time I beat him, and then the first time I lost on his club show, which he was crying after I robbed you this that. But listen, then I boxed him in a British final and I beat him. Right, I call it 2-0 anyway. But listen, it is what it is. He's my mate, and it's when we were kids anyway. So they don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
get me. It's you move on in the amateurs, especially you. I box people 3-4 times. You beat them, they beat you. You beat them, they beat you. It's just it goes back and forth. It's and where you commit internationally, you might box someone over the 7.5 years like 5-6 times, and you might meet them in 2 consecutive tournaments back to back. Do you get me? So yeah, it don't really like when I was in the amateurs, I was like, yeah, I beat this one, I beat that one, which I beat a lot of good fighters, like legends in the amateur game. And now I don't really give a shit about it because it's irrelevant. Do you get me? Like there's people that beat me who haven't won a world title. I've won a world title. So in the pros and like you look, Josh Taylor, undisputed champion.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
but what was do you know what was funny? I can get Fia and you can answer this too because like what was funny that you had some American guy called Steve Shakur. Is it Steven Shakur?
Shakur Stevenson.
Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, the only Shakur we know is Tupac Shakur, so that's the only way you got. Fia knows that, bruh. But yeah, what was it like? What was it like when you went down? Like, 'cause do you know what, bro? For you to go that far now, recognition that must be mad, like because Jeremy, this guy's a people forget, even though he's a superstar, like for him to
Yeah,
recognize you, you know you're a
yeah.
superstar yourself. Do you get me?
Well, yeah. Well, you got to remember, like I've won a world title in 15 fights, and people didn't think I
100%.
They thought I was gonna, oh, it's too big of a jump. No, I know where I'm at. I haven't got out of second gear yet. Now, there's gonna be someone that's gonna take me, and it's gonna take me to get out of second gear and go through the gears to sort of get a win or get a victory or even a. There's someone out there for me. Do you understand? But we're yet to see it. See him. Could it be Shakur? We don't know. Could it be Rakimov? We don't know. Zalfa Barrett? We don't know. Until it happens, then we don't know. But I haven't been. I won a world title in second gear. Now he's an unbelievable fighter, Shakur, and he is a superstar. And he's gonna be going that he will go down as fucking one of the best fighters, especially of our age. Do you understand? Um, but if someone calls me out, I'm not gonna shy away from it. It's like if I was walking down the streets and I was on my own and 5 guys started shouting. I'm not a hard man. I can fight, but no one is gonna try and intimidate me. And if they wanted it as big, and maybe if they were 6'5", or I'm not gonna shy away from it because it's not in my fucking DNA. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
do that. So if someone, why am I gonna? If I'm not scared to do things like that, why am I gonna be scared of some to fight someone that have called me out with gloves on, and is a ref? I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
hurt. Do you understand? Well, I might get a couple of cuts, or I get bingoed. If I get bingoed, you go like that. You fucking wake up and you don't know if you forgot what happened. You don't feel it. So I'm never ever scared to jump in that ring against anyone. So when he called me out, I said, no problem, let me have my rest and then we'll talk. So in the what's going on, he's agreed a fight. Well, it might be his mandatory, which was Constant So. Then I seen on Twitter a couple of weeks. So I had my mandatory anyway. So after that, I was thinking, but then he was organising another fight after it. So I was thinking, what's he playing at? So I left it a couple of days and I seen it again. He was doing it with someone else. So I just put a laughing face. So we're exchanging messages. It gets so not heated, but like a little bitchy back and forth. And then I was like, well, say no more. I said, you deal with your fella, and I'll deal with mine, and then we'll talk. I said, don't be trying to fucking make any other fights in between. So yeah, once that happened, obviously he moved up after this fight. He moved up. I've obviously injured, so that's not happening. But last 2 weeks ago, Peachy sent me a video of he was in work and he was on he was going out somewhere, I don't know, and he videoed his radio TalkSport, sent it to me. It was Shakur saying on TalkSport, obviously I've moved up, but me and Cordine is still a big fight for him, big fight for me. I can still make 133, so we'd do it at catchweight. I'm thinking catchweight, so no problem. I was like, oh, fuck that, I'll come at the 135. Don't bother me. I boxed at 135 anyway. So it doesn't bother me. But yeah, so that's twice now. So when he's ready and my hand's better, we'll sort it. No problem. But it's good to be noticed, do you understand?
No, yeah, 100%. Freya.
Yes.
I know you're dying to speak. Let's go, bro.
I've had you on, no, I'm all right. I've had you on mute, I have.
Go on, speak your piece, bro. What's your take on the... But I heard he was going up anyway. That's what I heard. I heard he's going up a weight, and he said, because he was saying in his last interview, it drains.
No, he did. Do you know what, brother? In all fairness to him, like Joey said, he threw his dummy out on the last one, Shakur, but he was sort of respectful through it, because he did say in interviews, I can't remember who it was, Joe, the 130 who called him out from over here, and he laughed and he said, listen, the only 130 who's the best I got my eyes on is Joe Cordina. He said, I know him from the Olympics. He said, we're not mates, but we respect each other. I know him from the Olympics. He knows me from the Olympics. But he said the only fight I'd entertain in the future is Joe Cordina. And then once Joey had won the title, he tweeted Joey then saying, let's do it, champ. Like Joey said, have the rest. Then Joey was sending him photos of the Principality Stadium. He was like, let's go, my bro. So it was in the making. Do you get me? But then, like Joey said, obviously he had his mandatory. Then he had his. And then he sort of started, like Joey said, he was like setting up fights. So Joey's like, hang on a minute, what's happening here? I thought me and you was going to fight, get the mandatories out of the way, and then we'll go. And then obviously whatever happened, and then obviously Fat Boy, he couldn't make the weight no more. And do you know what I mean? So, he got stripped of his titles, and I can make the weight. But like Joey said, if he wants to meet the 135, we'll meet the 135. So hopefully in the future, inshallah, that fight gets made.
No, that's the one. That's the one. Like that you'll shock the world when you beat him, because a lot of people don't realize how good you are, bro. It's like I've been saying to Fear. I say to Fear all the time, like this. I like before I speak to you, I say Joey, he can adapt to any style. Because if they come on the outside, he's good on the outside. If they try boxing the inside, he's good on the inside. And if they try countering him, you're like a counter master. So he's boxed all styles. Like it's not.
That's what I said for Ad. This is what I was saying earlier when you asked me about training people. That's what I said to you. He's boxed every style. Every size. And what I mean by size is not someone heavier than him. Sometimes you could be the same weight, but your opponent could be stronger, like bigger than you. Does that make sense? I mean, in physique-wise. He's boxed that, bro. Southpaws, big nutters, people with no necks, Russians, Brazilians, Cubans, Kazakhs. Do you get me, bro? He's boxed the best there is, like, do you get me, bro? So imagine he haven't just boxed every style, he's boxed every style at an elite level.
Yeah, I've seen him like
that. You know what I've seen him. It's mad.
I've seen him like, you're a big fella and you're a banger, and I've seen you hit him in the ribs, and like he's just taking him, and then you're hitting him in the ribs, and he's like saying, "Yo, bro, what are you doing?"
He fights for me, bro. He finds ways, and again,
what's up, Joe?
There's big boys out there. They know this. Hey, big boy.
You know what it is? It's with experience, and I've always said to Joey, do you know what it is as well, Fuad? Like you said, it's not even throwing a punch. Do you know his presence is mad, bro? But I say to people, I say, you can go in there super fit. You're strong, you're fit. Do you know when he's in front of you? Just the movement, and because you know it's psychological, he can hurt you. It zaps, I think, about 40% of your energy. Because you're like, well, what's he thinking? Straight away, you're worried about his game plan. You forget about what you're doing. You're not going in and think, oh, okay, right then, I'm going to step in front of him. I'm going to bait with my head. As soon as he throws, I'm going to try and catch him or keep moving and set up traps. Everything you got is go straight away. And you haven't threw a punch. You'll only do this. You'll go watch. You'll have a little look, and he's just bopping and weaving, and you see yourself going backwards in a straight line, and your guard have gone from this one that I've seen you, brother, against pros. their guard have gone from this to this. Watch. Walking backwards. And he haven't thrown the punch. So his zapping is that thing, brother. It comes with experience and all that. So just his movement, his feints and all that, he'll make you basically drop your right hand. He'll make you think like he's doing something and he's completely ain't. Do you understand me? He's on this side of you. He'll be touching your body, thinking he's going to hit you with a body shot, but he's not. As soon as his hand comes back, you're stepping to your left. You've gone like that. So listen, look what he does. You both hands up. So he's gone to hit me in the body by here. Yeah, look what I've done. So as I blocked it, yeah, I've blocked it, haven't I? Do you know when I'm going this way? I dropped his hand. So boom, you get caught straight away. So I'm thinking, Raz, he was attacking my body. How come he's hit me on this side? So he does things which are the opposite, where 9 times out of 10 you think, okay, he's going to attack the body, he's going to come back up with the same hand. It's not. He's gone on that side, like you said, bro. He's creating that angles. He's thinking 4 or 5 punches ahead. He's watching your footwork, your movement. He knows you're zapped. You're gone straight. He'll watch your face how you're overthinking. So he'll come in calm. He won't take the piss. Excuse my French. He won't take the piss with anyone. Do you get me? He'll hit how hard they hit him.
Only you.
Yeah, only me. He'll bite me.
Yeah, but you asked for it anyway, bro. You goes on like you want to jump in. You got to go to 0 level.
Nah, listen, I go in here, bro. I last about 2 rounds. And obviously, he's only going like, he's not even in first gear, bro. He's just plodding along. But
I do notice.
Yeah, I say to people, I said, just get in there. That's what I say to people. I said, his boys is mad. And again, I remember the question you asked earlier about the levels.
Yeah.
You know, when you goes in there with someone like Joey or someone like on Joey's level, bro, it's mad. Because you think like what you knows, it'll be enough. Yeah, to survive. Bro, trust me, it ain't. And then you doubt yourself. The one time, Wallah, he came to the gym, I was hitting the bag, smashing the bag, and he said, Wallah, bruv, you don't hit hard. He said, you're my mate, I'm telling you the truth. You don't hit hard, bruv. You're too big. If you lost a bit of weight and you were sharper and done all the rest of the stuff, meaning the diet, the sprints, and the nutrition side, and you did hard. Do you know what I done? I sulked. I stopped training. Wallah, remember, Joe? I went downstairs in reception on my phone.
Yeah. Just gonna say
so 70 psychological, bro. 75%.
Yeah, I was gonna say like there's a lot of he's all like I know Shako's in your weight, Oscar Valdez, Tank, and only Ryan Garcia is a bit heavier than you, isn't he?
So Tank have moved between my weight, 135, 140. So he's in them 3 weights.
He's going up. He said he was going up though. I've seen it. He was saying that he's going up a weight.
Lightweight, I reckon. Ryan Garcia, Oscar Valdez is my weight.
Yeah, we got a question here off Noor.
Lightweight. So, yeah, them fighters, they're all great fighters. If you put them in like an order, you'd probably have to go Tank top, Shakur, and then it's a toss between Ryan Garcia and Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Joey, you know, like I find you. Well, I've watched all your fights since you've been pro. But I find you, obviously, I know your coaches gives you you work with a game plan. But I find you're the kind of fighter in your head, when you're in there with him, you might change your game plan and just know how to beat him. Because that's how I see it. Because a lot of coaches, I can see in their screen.
Yeah, he'll adapt. Obviously, he'll stick. I'll let him answer that, but I know what you mean, bro.
Yeah. But like you sometimes go in there. Go on.
You work with a game plan whole through camp.
Okay.
And not so much game plans, certain shots that work, because we don't know what's going to happen through that fight. Like Faye said earlier on, we don't know what's going to happen, what he's going to throw. We watch videos, we know certain shots he throws because he repeats them certain shots. Like, for instance, Ogawa, we worked on with him. He's sort of upright. He's like a bouncy. He's like an amateur. Bounce. And when he wants to set up his big right hand, he starts playing. He sets his feet, bounce, plays with his lead hand. He done it once or twice in the first round. I tried to throw the same shot, but I missed. He was just completely out of range. Now, the second round, I threw it once before I knocked him out, and I just missed him. I think I might have just grazed him. The second time, he started bouncing like that then, and all of a sudden he started and then set his feet. I thought, lovely. Let it go. I've let it go, and then obviously caught him. But we work on certain shots that we know was going to work with him. But if obviously that don't go to plan because he changed his complete style, I gotta think on the spot. So, yeah, Tony can say certain things outside the ring to me, but in there when I'm trying them, they might not work. So I got to do my utmost best to try and
adapt to everything,
yeah,
innit?
I got to adapt to what he's doing. So yeah, I've always been that same way, bro. So yeah, it's not everyone can do that. Not everyone can, and luckily I'm blessed with the ability to do that.
No, yeah, yes, it's like it is. It's like I find on a night when you come down, I thought I can feel there's a bit of butterflies, but butterflies are like you're gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. That kind of butterflies. You get me? Because there's the two types. There's the butterflies and people. But I was always like when you read about boxers. It's like when you read about Muhammad Ali. Like what did he say? He said to one of his fight. He said to Muhammad Ali in one of his interviews. He said, "Oh, to young boxers," he said. It's good to have, but it's good to show fear. It's good to be nervous, but never be scared.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he said. He said if you go in there scared, you're wasting your time. You're not going to win.
But then you've got nerves. Yeah, nerves is like an anxiety. It's the same sort. You think constantly thinking, and it's gonna burn your energy. If you can be able to control it, I don't know how over the years I was able to control it. I don't know how. It just all of a sudden, boom! I stopped being nervous, getting butterflies. They're completely different things. People think, "Oh yeah, but it's the same thing." No, it's not. Nervous is your body feels weak. It's like it's weird. Your body will feel weak. Like say if I say, "Give me an arm wrestle," on that when before a fight, I'll be able to arm wrestle you normally. If you've done it when you're fucking nervous, you feel weak. You haven't got no strength. And that's because your nervous energy is burning you're burning all the nervous energy. Now it's not good. You gotta try and I have my cousin Lukey with me, and he makes me feel when I'm there. It's like I'm normal because although he's my cousin, he's my mate also. Do you understand?
Yeah,
And
I know, Luke. Yeah,
around it just makes it normal when I'm in the change rooms. Obviously, I have the laugh and the crack with Dan, Tony. And then I have some of the boys. Sometimes Connor comes in the change rooms. Felix will come in the change rooms. Like Ryder might come in the change rooms. Spider. They all come in the change room. So it's normal.
yeah.
So yeah, it's I'm able to control. It's not everyone can do that.
Yeah, big up everyone watching Del Boy. Big up, what's his name? NS Sport and everyone else watching UFC and all that. I think it's my nephew got a question for you. He went, yes, Shakur would be a good fighter. And he means, what you say, what's the update on you and the belt? So obviously, what happened with the belts and that? Like,
Yeah, bro. I'll run it through quickly, yeah, because
just quickly, yeah.
It could be a long. It's like it's
Long story.
long story
Yeah,
short. Cut a long story short, we've agreed. I've gone in the office. We've agreed to fight. Eddie was like, "Listen, I've sorted you to fight Ogawa, the winner of Ogawa and Rakimov, and Fusili." I said, "Lovely," because the IBF rang him and said, "Will you put the fight on?" Because no one wanted to put it on. He said, "Yeah, on one condition: Codina fights a winner." So that's done. I ended up fighting. I ended up winning. Before I even had the belt put on me, the IBF fella was like, "Listen, you have to fight your mandatory in 90 days." I said, "No problem. Give me the belt." So done. At the post-fight press conference, they're telling me the fight was off 4 weeks ago. That's why it took so long for him to announce it. So that was that. So I said there would have been murders if I wasn't fighting. So now it comes to fighting. They're telling me you have to fight within 90 days. Okay, no problem. I meant to fight in September, but I sprained my wrist through trying to rush back because they came back and only gave me sort of it was like 9 weeks. But I was training beforehand. But I like having.
yeah.
So they said no, it wasn't even that. It was 8 weeks. So I like having 12 weeks easing. So I'm trying to rush back sparring and stuff. So I ended up spraining my wrist. Then we delayed it. We had an extension, but in the IBF you're allowed 2 extensions. Then I broke my hand in my first round of sparring when we've rescheduled for November. So I've broke this. Obviously, I need another extension, but they're saying no, we're not giving you another extension. bear in mind, Errol Spence had fucking over a year, was it? No, over 2 years out through driving pissed up, having an head injury, all that sort of stuff. Then came back to fight Pacquiao, done his retina in his eye, so he had another so long out. Over 2 years he was out. Now, I haven't been champion 4 months yet, and I've been stripped. It's not as if I'm not saying I'm not going to fight my mandatory, but that's why they do interim titles for, and there's 2 extensions. Yeah, I'm allowed, but for some reason, I don't know what Eddie deal, what Eddie's what deal he's made with the IBF for me to fight for whoever else to fight after. It's just it don't make sense to me. I was in the dark, and it's not fit what they've done. So yeah, I just feel like I've been treated unfairly, really.
Yeah, that's that. A lot of it. I was like shocked when that happened to you. I was like, why are they doing that for? Like people are like, whoa, what's going on? Jeremy, a man worked up all his life. Like he trained hard for it. But do you know what? On like I know it is gutting upset, but look on the bright side, bro. You know, no one has took it off you.
No, I haven't lost it. And that's the main thing.
You haven't lost it, yeah. That's the main thing. So you still know you win it back, bro. You get it back, and I know you will be the WBC champion. I the boxers out there in America know who you are, and then where are you, and they want it on with you, and it's just gonna be short outcome, and they're just gonna get knocked out by you, bro. To be honest with you,
for sure, bro. Like I'll get that title back, and I'll get all the rest with it. Don't get me wrong, that's and it's going to be some tough fights along the way. But I think ability-wise, there's not many out there who can match me with ability, and I can match a lot of them with the power also. Yeah, people are saying I haven't got power, but I was fighting 4 fights with damaged metacarpals. 2 of them, 2 metacarpals broke, done. So yeah, they can say I got no power, but let me hit you on the chin, like I told them. Let me hit you on the chin. See if I got no power.
Yeah, I was going to touch on the boxing on Saturday. What do you think of that Shield? She's good, isn't it?
Yeah, she's always been good, man. She's like I remember in the amateurs, and she was top. I thought Savannah. Obviously, I was on a squad with Savannah, so of course I wanted Savannah to win. But yeah, I just thought a couple of times in the first couple of rounds she was getting a bit lackadaisy sometimes. You know, that coming out just like lead hand, and it just wasn't assertive. I think if she would have done all that like ping and that sort of, it's not a lazy style, but that loose style, like middle of the fight. Yeah, but to come out, be assertive, because you don't know how Clarissa was gonna come out. I think then it would have been a very, very close fight, and it could have gone either way. But yeah, I thought Clarissa won by a few rounds.
And you got that Tyson Fury's fighting Chisora again. They're saying it just got confirmed in the Tottenham Stadium. They're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I heard obviously this the Principality. Then I heard the O2. Then I heard now this is the 3rd place, the Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When it starts getting released on TV, then I think we'll know it's been cemented. But until then, everything's in speculation, and we don't know for sure. So.
And Kali Afai and his brother Galal got it there on the show on the 5th of November. They're fighting too, isn't he?
So I seen Carl got announced today. Obviously, I knew he was going to be on the show anyway because I spoke to Galal and Gamal. But Galal and Carl are on the show. It would have been nice for Gamal to get on there also. That would have been decent. But yeah, hopefully I can get over if Eddie sorts me out to get over there to work the show. Then it'd be nice. I could support them also.
Yeah, but what's it like working with a big promoter like Eddie? Is it like?
Yeah, it's good. It is good, but and obviously I've done what I've done in the sport, and he's guided me. But at the same time, when certain things like this happen, you're like, you start questioning certain things. But listen, he's done good by me so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good because you got the backing. Do you understand? At first we had Sky with us. Now we got the Zone. So they're big companies.
Yeah. I won't keep you that long now. We'll wrap it up in a bit. I was gonna say, so hopefully you'll be back in March, is it? Hopefully you're talking March time.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I can put my hand in end of December. They said 3 months. So we look at end of December, I can start letting it go. Then I won't come back and try and fucking blast anyone away with it straight away. I'll ease it in. And then hopefully get out end of March, April. Yeah, I'm not in a rush at the minute. Like I ain't got
yeah.
my also I ain't what have I got what have I got to rush? Do you understand? I gotta make 100%. Make sure my hand's 100% first and foremost, and then we can get some more knockouts, highlight reel knockouts like the last one.
Yeah, people, you've seen exclusive Joey Cadena. I'm not going to keep him waiting. So, people, thank everyone who's watching. Smash a like, subscribe. Thank you for watching this exclusive with Joey Cadena, the champ, and obviously Faya. Faya he's put on this mute because he's hungry. So, thank you everyone for joining in, and we're out. And people, subscribe and hit the like button.
Fuad, respect.